Team of ants have many different jobs and positions. It takes more than one ant to do a certain job. And there's many, many different ants with many, many different types of jobs. And Gemini Midheaven is not interested in only one job, it's interested in a variety of different jobs because the Midheaven and Gemini personality type is interested in so many different things. So they don't want to be tied down to just one thing, one goal. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the midheaven in the zodiac sign of Gemini if you have this placement in your natal birth chart. So, delving into what the Gemini midheaven means in your birth chart is that they have people with this position have many different interests. They're interested in, Reiki, history, science, literature, so many different types of interests, so many different types of subject areas and areas of focus. Now, what is a possibility with this placement is that people with this placement could end up with multiple jobs, multiple careers because they're interested in multiple different things. They're very versatile. Gemini energy is sort of a jack of all trades but master of none, and they can really resonate with that. They can really embody that, where they're trying out and sampling all these different things without really taking a deep plunge into one or two things, but spreading themselves out to be interested and explore a variety of different kinds of subject matters in different kinds of careers. They're very flexible with their career. It can change on a dime. It can bend with the wind. It can bend like bamboo and grass. There's a flexibility where there has to be this open-mindedness towards what kind of career you're engaging in, what kind of career you choose. There has to be the flexibility where they do a career and then they get tired of it, so they move on to another type of job or another type of routine or another type of position or another type of career entirely. So there has to be that adaptability, that flexibility, that it's easy for them to change what they're doing because they are all about changing, doing one thing, then doing another completely different thing. That's what they're all about. So they can adapt to many different kinds of circumstances. They're good to work in a field that changes a lot. So this is very true for them. It takes extra time for them to develop their own career path because there's many, many different types of directions that you can go, and it's hard to decide just one or two different directions. Where there's multiple possibilities for, the types of things that they could be doing. So they are all about going in all these different directions, doing all these different things. They do not want to be tied down and forced and limited to one or two things. They can be very intellectually detached. They can be very objective in their nature. They can be cool-headed and just intellectually curious. Any career that involves communication through writing, speaking, engaging with people, singing, whatever it is, this would be best for them. Any career that involves and really stresses communication because Gemini is all about that communication. They need to have careers where there is a lot of exchange of information and you're sharing your ideas and you're receiving other people's ideas. And it's sort of like a game of back and forth where you're sharing ideas and you're also being open and receptive to others' ideas as well. You're learning others' ideas. So this exchange of information is very important to Gemini midheaven people. People with displacement can be very fun to be around, very interesting and stimulating to talk to. They can really make up a lot of very good conversations. They're curious to learn the ways of the world and how things really work in their life. They want to learn how, how this dishwasher works, or how this book opens at this time when the monster's sleeping. They want to know how the blindfolds. They want to know all these areas of life and how these many different ways of life and these many different things which are involved in life and how they work. So that's what they're all about. They're curious to life in a very genuine type of way. They approach the world intellectually and objectively. Gemini energy is not about settling with one thing for too long. They need their lives. Gemini Midheaven people need their lives, especially their career, to be filled with stimulation and excitement at all costs. They may have many types of interests. They may end up with many different types of career paths. They're always restless and ready for a new challenge. They're all about challenges. They're all about the new things in their life. They may enjoy solving puzzles on various topics, solving mysteries, those types of things, gathering the details together. Careers that require intellectual effort and attention to detail would work out very, very well for them. They may find themselves in several different career fields at a time. So it's very important for them to pick a career, to choose a career that allows them to express their creative gifts, their creativity. Any career that squashes that or hinders that or limits that is not advisable for Gemini man people. They need to ring the road out. This, so to speak, they need to ring that red carpet out and say, I'm at the blue flower. I'm at the pink flower. I'm at the yellow flower. I am open to expressing my creativity, and I'm not going to be held back when doing it. So jobs that allow them to meet and talk with people would go well. So engaging with people, those types of careers would go very, very well for them. They need connection and belonging and a sense of connection in their career. They can work really, really well with people. There's a career that involves working with people would go on very, very well for them. They're very drawn to careers that involve writing and teaching. Your decisions and actions are driven by your sense of logic, not by your emotions. They may at times be scattered all over the place, their mind full of thoughts and stimulation that they are unpresent, unfocused. So meditation breath work would not be a bad idea for Gemini midheaven people. It's good to have a career where they can utilize their hands because Gemini rules the hands. So any manual work, any painting, sculpting, writing, anywhere where they utilize their hands go very, very well for them. They're very educated and they're witty. They can be outgoing, social, and talkative. They can be very versatile and adaptable. Any career that stresses quick thinking, effective communication, and balancing more than one thing at once can really go very, very well for them because they act as if they're very chameleon-like in their nature. So any careers involving communication and language could go over well for them. Any career that involves continued learning, lifelong learning, because they live to be a lifelong learner. And connection with people will keep them motivated. They have a thirst for knowledge and a desire to share it with others. They're always seeking new ways of learning, um, enriching the things that enrich their life, the enriching details of life. They're very communicative people. They don't like commitment to one thing and one thing only. They like to spread themselves out. They like to have a bunch of different things going on. They blend with their environment very, very well. They blend in really well with their environment. They have a wide network. They tend to know a lot of people. They're all about adjusting to the ebb and flow of life. They're very adaptable in that sense. So trying to do everything at once might cause people with displacement to feel burnout. So they need to be mindful of that. So they have attention to detail. So blending logic with emotional depth is very important to them. Not just being in the headspace, not just being intellectual, not just being flighty, but opening up to the emotions, leaning into the emotions, being receptive to the emotions and people that are more emotional, and being willing to have emotionally based conversations. It's important for them, going back to their Sagittarius IC, which is directly opposite the MC. One point that I want to touch upon is that is an energy that can impose and force ideas onto other people, imposing the truth right down to other people. This is my truth. This is the only truth that matters. They need to know that their truth is not the only right truth. They need to be open to others' truths. That's the Gemini part, the unbiased curiosity. They can be detached and objective. Education, communication, and manual work are good career options for you. So any career involving those things will go very, very well for you. All right, that is what I have for you on the Midheaven in Gemini and the birth chart. If you found value from this video, please like it and share it to someone that would also enjoy this video. And subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any more videos from me and posts for that matter. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.